You know, on the year, probably close to 40% of our shots have been threes, and you know, you and I really plugged it up inside. They came after, you know, excuse me, Gregory and Doug with some double teams, and when you do that, it's going to leave some things open on the perimeter. And as Doug alluded to, I really thought that's what got us back in the game after being down 10 early in the second half when they hit that three right out of the locker room. They came with Doug with double teams and grip to get it out of there and hit a few threes and get it back to even. But it was more a result of their double teams and us playing out of that.
It seemed like it settled things down as far as turnovers go up until those last 4 or 5 minutes. Anything you saw that you and I was doing different in that stretch?
You know, I think it was, you know, you and I, they're a good defensive team. They're a very sound defensive team. They're going to make it tough for you to get into the creases and get to the basket. We got a little sloppy with the basketball. One of them cost us a 3 in transition that was really huge, and it broke the tie. I believe it was 49-49 when Bohannon hit that 3 off the turnover. So you just, with the game on the line, you can't make those mistakes. We may have been able to survive the turnovers had we made our free throws, went 4 or 10 down the stretch, and we may have been able to survive the poor free throw shooting had we not turned it over. But you know, we'll never know.
Jay Cook scored all but 3 points in a final stretch run. Was it more of an effort of just a guy taking over with experience, or did something on your end break down?
You know, they put him in a ball screen with an open side, and you know, we did. We closed out on him too aggressively for a guy that hadn't made a 3 all night, and you know, our plan was to close out on short and guard the dribble, and we didn't do that very well. And Jake made a couple of great plays.
Coach, what do you say to the guys? You know, obviously a little bit of a struggle right now. How do you kind of turn that around, get the morale back where you want it to be?
Well, there's really no, you know, we're going to have to exert a lot of effort in that in mental preparation, and either we can use that to convince ourselves that you know, everybody feels we should be feeling sorry for ourselves and we should be miserable, or we use that energy to try to get ourselves back on track. And that was my message to them. We can't, the world doesn't care if you failed. They don't. And there's no time to feel sorry for yourself. We've got important games ahead. We got an important one Saturday in Evansville. And we have to use all of the energy we have to get ourselves back in a better frame of mind. And I like the way we competed tonight. You know, UNI's been a very good basketball team on this floor in conference play. And we took a shot, we got back in it, and took the lead against a team that was playing really well. So there's certainly some positives to take from the game, but there's a lot to learn. It just seems like right now when we weren't as good defensively as we needed to be against Illinois State, but some other areas really let us down. And tonight we were better defensively, we rebounded it, but all of a sudden a team that's shooting nearly 80% on the line, on the year from the line can't make a free throw. And you know, a team that's averaging 11.5, 12 turnovers a game is throwing it all over the gym. So we got to figure that out.
Is this the toughest you've seen the Valley?
Oh, I don't know that. You know, you go back to my last year here when I think we had 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. I think the top of the league at that time was maybe as good as I remember it. I just think, you know, there's really good coaches in this league. There's really good venues tonight. You know, there's a great crowd here. Obviously, that provides energy to the home team that maybe they aren't accustomed to because they haven't had a lot of those crowds. So, you know, we're gonna get everybody's best shot. We understand that, but it's a strange year without question because it's proven out that anybody can beat anybody, and as soon as you think you've got it figured out, you might as well start over. So I think it's going to be an interesting ride here in the last 4 games.
2 more questions, Greg.
You're a 75% team from the line. How much do you chalk up tonight's numbers just to not being your night?
I hope it's just because it's not our night. Because if this continues, we're in a world of hurt. Because you know what you want to do in that situation when the game's on the line is to attack and get to the free throw line. Well, we got to the free throw line 5 possessions for 2 shots, and we come out of it with 4 points. So our guys did the right things. We just didn't step up and make the free throws. And you know, over the test of time, over 25 games, we've shot it really well. I'd like to think we'll be right back to that.
Greg, you showed good toughness in getting back in the game. You didn't show toughness down the stretch. Is that a sign of guys maybe losing their confidence? Or?
You know, I don't think so. You know, I don't think Grant Gibbs' 2 turnovers had anything to do with lack of confidence. I don't think us stepping up to the free throw line and not making them has anything to do with the lack of confidence. We've made those free throws all year, but obviously it was a tough environment, and we didn't quite execute enough with the game on the line.
Thanks. Thanks, Coach.